I, like many others, run D&D exclusively online due to the large library of wonderful tools at my disposal as a DM. So here are the tools that I use, how I use them, and a few tips for each one. Of course, everything will be linked in the description below if you wanted to check any of them out. So what is the first step to running a D&D campaign? Well, it's to having an actual campaign to run. And for this, I use a wonderful note-taking tool called Obsidian. Now this tool allows me to put everything into neat little folders along with linking between documents, much like a wiki would. It's not very flashy, but it doesn't need to be. It has its job and it does it well. But that's not all. If you do want a bit of flair, it also has a fantastically large library of community-made plugins, a lot of them made specifically for TTRPGs, which is super useful. Now admittedly, I don't have as much time in this tool as I'd like, but I don't see myself switching from this back to Google Drive anytime soon. But now that we have the campaign, we need PCs to run the story. And no, this isn't an app to make friends because I still have no idea how to do that. So with friends included, Hero's Diary is a fantastic tool to create character sheets for your PCs. D&D Beyond was a standard for a long time for me, but I found it rather restrictive. As someone who owns some of the physical books, I really didn't want to purchase the content a second time online. But with Hero's Diary, it makes the process seamless, allowing you to write in your own race, class, subclass, and all that sort of stuff, making adding homebrewing super easy, along with not needing to purchase any of the online content. I started on D&D Beyond, transferred all my player character sheets over to Hero's Diary, and I've not looked back. So now we have the story, and the players to run through it. Well, what's next? Herein lies the age-old discourse, theatre of the mind, or a VTT. With my players, a VTT is a must, as they sometimes have a hard time imagining scenes or really connecting with the world if it's not something they can physically see or interact with. Enter Owlbear Rodeo. This VTT is phenomenal for quite literally everything I need. It's completely free with a few extra bits and bobs for a subscription price, but I've never needed it. It allows my players to join, see their characters on an actual map, and it allows them to move their characters around, draw out plans, everything. Even a dice roller so everyone at the table can see the rolls. But what's a VTT without a map to put on it? Now, this is admittedly the only paid tool on this list, but fear not, I will also give you a free alternative recommendation as I've been through a lot of tools for making my own custom maps. But enter Dungeon Alchemist. Now for a price of 32 Great British pounds on Steam, you get a fully intuitive map making software. It can be used for 3D perspective maps, 2D maps, and it can even export as a video file for live maps, which are also all accepted on Owlbear Rodeo, the VTT I mentioned in the previous section. Now what makes Dungeon Alchemist truly incredible to me is that I don't have to spend my time placing each individual object in each room if I don't want to. All you need to do is take the room size, click a button, and the room gets created with all the objects inside. You don't like how it looks? There's a refresh button that re-rolls the placements and visuals of all the objects instantly. It saves me so much time when creating my own maps. But if you want a free alternative, let me introduce you to Dungeon Scroll. It's a completely browser-based map-making software that aims to emulate the old-school style of drawn maps with different styles, layouts, and a super easy-to-use UI, which makes it all possible. But let's say you don't want to make the maps yourself. Well, then I present to you 2 Minute Tabletop. It's a marketplace for everything that you'd need to run a D&D campaign, from maps to assets to written resources to even a token editor. There's a bunch of free content along with paid content if you also want to support Ross, the artist that hand draws the maps, assets, and everything. Finally, we have our campaign outline and notes, character sheets, the VTT, and maps to boot. But where are we going to meet and talk online? Discord, I'm sure you've all heard of. It's an online-based free social media that allows for the making of free servers, group chats, along with screen sharing and a fantastic whiteboard tool that lets you, as the DM, present handouts that the players can look at, draw on to plan strategy, or collaborate on a dungeon puzzle. I've been using Discord for years with minimal issue to keep in contact with friends, run campaigns, and just playing video games in general. And there you have it, the 5 essential tools that I use to run D&D online. We have Obsidian, Hero's Diary, Owlbear Rodeo, Dungeon Alchemist, and Discord. And if you have a favourite tool that I didn't mention, drop it in the comments below. I'm always looking to streamline my DM process. And like I said in the beginning, all links are in the description. Thanks for watching and happy adventuring.